Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
All right, so listen, before I get into the regular rigmarole, listen, I'm gonna take a risk here. It's the Town Square Towers here overlooking Toms River. In case you don't know, now you're picturing the Trump Towers, you're picturing the Eiffel Tower, you're picturing some very high buildings and structures. The Town Square Towers are only 4 stories. So I don't want you to be able to see, behind the curtain. I don't want you to see the wizard. I don't want you to know the emperor has no clothes, but I don't know if they're towers. I'm just saying. Anyway, 7:09, happy day after Groundhog Day. I hope you've given Stonewall Jackson his due. 45 degrees, getting up to 61. Windy, wet, and warm today. Just think 3 W's and you're good. We are here on WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pup app and at WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 if you want to join the conversation, which now involves Michael Scheneman, Move Well Fitness, personal trainer extraordinaire, serving the Jersey Shore. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Jeremy. How you doing?
If I was any better, there'd be 2 of me, Mike. It's so good to see you this morning.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thanks. Right off the bat, it's been a while. It's good to see you not carrying any gym equipment. I'll tell you that right now, because that's the only thing, the only thing that's worse than getting to 7-Eleven and not having any Coke Zero left is seeing your personal trainer roll up with all the equipment and understanding that the next hour is going to be hellacious. So, Mike, we asked you in today because we want you to help us kind of cut through some of the myths. This is like Mythbusters, Town Square style. Cut through some of the myths about fitness and training, especially for those that are getting up there in age, with whom I consider myself aligned. But first, I want to ask, what makes you an authority? What gives you that education level? How much training, time, continuing education have you gone through to get the certifications you've gotten?
Well, getting into personal training was a career change for me. I was in manufacturing for about 19 years or so. And I was always the go-to guy for my family and friends, and I always wanted to be a trainer. And once I found there's a school I went to, National Personal Training Institute. And once I found out that existed, that was what I wanted to do. And the school itself is 500 hours, so it's spread out over 6 months. It's 4 days a week. It's personal training and nutrition instruction. And with that, I also they'd partnered with NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and part of my tuition covered me to sit and take the NASM certification test. So I wanted to do something that was a little more hands-on, a little more extensive than just a weekend seminar or only a home study course initially. I wanted to be around other trainers so they could correct my form on certain exercises and ask someone a question directly rather than looking it up in a book and trying to figure it out on my own. As far as continuing education, to keep my certification, it lasts 2 years, and then I have to recertify, and I have to take continuing education courses. And that could be a combination of an online study course or one of the weekend seminars, different things like that. They all have a different value depending on what your certification is, what certifying body you're through. And I have to keep that up and then, like I said, renew every 2 years. So it's not just a one-time shot that I'm a trainer, here you go, you're off and running, and we'll see you later, do your own thing. It's a continuing process that you have to keep learning and expanding as a trainer.
Cool. So wait, so I don't understand. What you're saying to me is I can't just pick a lot of things up, put a lot of things down, put on an unbelievable amount of muscle mass, get to be like totally ripped, looking like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, whoever, and then I can't go and teach people how to do the same thing?
You can, but you don't get certified that way.
Okay.
There's a lot more. There's anatomy lessons involved and different joint actions, things like that. What muscle moves a joint in what direction, and how to correct someone's form on an exercise, and so they can do it safely.
Right. So what you're saying then, if I'm hearing you correctly, and Mike, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. So you're saying that it's important that if I was looking for a personal trainer, I should make sure they have appropriate certifications, that they've gone through the right training, and not just that they look like a tremendous set of muscles, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So you taught me something already. I'm just going to write that down. Make sure certifications. Now, Mike, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be cruel to you in any way. But when I look at you, I say to myself, listen, that's a guy who's fit, right? And I'm sure you look. Listen, I'm not hitting on you, but you look good.
Thank you.
But how long's the next commercial break? No. But you don't look like the prototypical muscle head guy, right? So how do you explain that?
There's different ways to train. Everybody has a different goal as far as fitness. Some people want to lose weight. Some people want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Other people, they want to run a marathon. So it's all based on your individual goals. That's why it's personal training, and it's not just training. Just because somebody's big and can bench press a Buick doesn't mean that they know what to do for someone who, say, had a hip replacement and how to get them to exercise, or somebody who's never exercised in their life. What do you do for that person to get them up off the couch to where they can start following a healthy lifestyle and start to lose weight and move much better?
Okay. So that's interesting. So everybody everybody should have a different regimen. Everybody, you need to make sure we're safe, because I know. So, all kidding aside, I did at some point run, 40 health clubs for New York Sports Club in North Jersey and Manhattan. And I did, for a while have, somewhere in the area of 400 trainers working for me, which is super ironic. That I was running personal trainers and teaching them how to sell personal training, because I used to joke with them that I'd go to a seminar, or I'd go to something for the company, and I would always joke that I was the before picture, and it made for a much better presentation when they could see me and then see our personal training staff. What I want to talk about right after the break, Mike, if you don't mind, is I'd like to talk about how you evaluate someone, how you evaluate what their needs are, how you develop a regimen for them, et cetera, et cetera. So we're here with Michael Scheneman, Move Well Fitness, 732-505-1160 if you want to join the conversation. Back after this.
Everything you need to know about the Jersey Shore. This is Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Zach, I need you to find out why the Berry guy just gave us the secret code. He gave it to everyone. I thought it was just mine. And now everyone has 4848 as the secret code. 720 WOBM AM 1160, 1310, 45 degrees, going to 61, wet, wild. No, wet, warm, windy, could be wild. That's up to you. You insert whatever other W word you want to. There's a lot of them. Here at AM 1160 at 1310 WOBM, streaming live on the Radio Pup app and at WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. We are here with Michael Scheneman, Move Well Fitness. He is talking to us about personal training, about staying healthy and fit. That's what today's show was all about, because we also had Kula Kamala Yoga Studio. We had Kula Kamala Yoga Studio on. So we're all about keeping fit today. So, Mike, you were about to tell us how one goes about evaluating what someone's personal fitness needs are. So hit us. Drop some knowledge on us, Mike.
All right. Well, what I normally do is before we ever start a training session with any clients that I have, I sit down with them for a consultation, and you get a brief medical background. Have you ever had high blood pressure? Any kind of joint problems, anything like that. Exercise background, things like that. Find out what they've done before. Does their doctor know that they're going to be exercising, and is there any restrictions from their doctor? There's certain things he doesn't want them to do. After that, I would do a fitness assessment, and it's nothing strenuous the way I do it. It's more looking for range of motion issues. Can the person move correctly? Do they have flexibility in their shoulders and hips, things like that. As far as dealing with strength, it's to begin with, I'm not too concerned, say, how many push-ups you can do. Any certified trainer can modify any exercise to make it easier or harder. It's not just about adding weight. So personally, I'm more concerned getting someone moving correctly and moving well, and thus Move Well Fitness. There you go. There's the connection. And then from there, progressing to help them get stronger or faster or lose weight, whatever it is that they want to do. Again, their personal goals.
Okay. So full evaluation process and then kind of building it. So give me an example of, let's say I was, and don't make fun of me here, but let's say, because you're going to say, if I say I'm 65, and you're going to say, well, you kind of are, in your physical fitness level. So let's say I was 65 years old. I am, I'm starting to have some pain in my hip, in my knees, etc. At that age, is it still worth my while to train, to do to have a regular physical fitness regimen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no limit on, there's no cutoff age on when you can exercise. The more you exercise, getting up through your senior years, 50s, 60s, 70s, into your 80s, as long as you're able to move and do it, it's much better for you. There's nothing wrong with it. You'll live help you live a longer, healthier life rather than just sitting on the couch, unfortunately, seeming like waiting for the end to come.
Right.
Get up, and just like your show says, get up, get out, get off the couch, and do something to increase your activity level.
Okay. So you're saying that really there are very few scenarios where someone couldn't improve their overall fitness level in some way, that you would be able to build a workout regimen for just about any fitness level, any kind of physical ailment, et cetera. You could probably figure out how to do something that will work around that, work through that, strengthen the muscles around that area, et cetera, and improve someone's overall quality of life.
Absolutely. You can definitely work around, like you said, issues, arthritis or nagging injuries. There's people get injuries that they never get corrected. Maybe they need surgery to correct, a torn ACL or, rotator cuff injury, something like that. They never get corrected. Well, there's things we can do to work around that so you don't have pain, but you still get the exercise that you need. Okay.
Michael Scheneman, Move Well Fitness. Michael, can you tell people how they could learn more about you, find out where they can get more information? If you've piqued their interest and they want to learn more, where could they go?
Well, hopefully I did pique their interest. There's a couple ways you can get hold of me. You can check out my website, www.movewellfitnessnj.com. My email, my phone number is on there. It tells you a little bit more about myself, a little bit about what I do. You can contact me directly through the website, or you can call me on my phone at 732-763-0761.
Awesome. Oh, well, look at that. We couldn't have planned that any better. Michael Scheneman, Move Well Fitness, thank you so much. I feel like, I'll tell you what, after today's show, I feel like I got to go out and work out or do something. Stop being a slug. I can't just drink Coke Zero all day, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you again for your time this morning. We'll be back after the news, and we'll talk a little more. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.